gap between the rocks, 5 feet. Now, Mr. H.H. Bennett, that brought you the Witch's Gulch, actually came down out of Canada as a carpenter to help build the cities here. The Civil War broke out. He went in to serve. His weapon misfired, damaged his right hand. He could no longer hang on to a hammer. So he decided to take up photography, which he knew nothing about. But he bought a tint-type photo shop in the Dells that was for sale and learned how to mix the chemicals, the emulsions, and learned of a way of developing film very fast. But he wanted to take pictures that fast. And remember back in the 1800s, everybody had that stoic or death look on their face, because if you moved during the 3 to 4 minutes that it took to get the exposure, you would blur that photograph. And nobody could hold a smile that long except politicians. So he built his own camera out of cardboard and rubber bands, and he would snap the rubber band in order to get the exposure. Well, one day he was out with his snapper camera and he caught a river pilot throwing a rope to shore. Caught that rope in midair. Took that photograph to New York for the photo competition that year, and everybody's like, great picture, except it's fake. You can't take pictures of moving objects, they'll blur. He goes, no, I invented a new camera. They go, no, you had string holding the rope up. So he came back to the Dells to figure out a way to prove to everybody he indeed invented the shuttered camera we use today. So one morning at breakfast, pretty sure Mom wasn't around because he told his 14-year-old son Ashley, you're coming to work with Dad today. He brought him out here. He said, get up there and get ready to jump. He put the snapper camera on that tripod on that ledge behind us. He got ready, told Ashley to jump. Ashley jumped. He snapped the rubber band, developed the film. Ashley had just taken off. Jump again. Ashley jumped again. Snap, develop. Ashley had already hit the other side. Somewhere between 17 and 20 jumps later, he got the famous photograph of Ashley leaping the chasm in midair. Took that photo to New York, won the photo competition, and proved to everybody he indeed invented the shuttered camera, or stop action photography as we know it today. Up until 1940, all of you would have got a shot at jumping that gap. Then the lawyers and the insurance companies got involved and said, no more customers jumping, it's a bad idea. So the boat companies at that time got together and decided the guides would jump. Another bad idea. So when it was just the Dells Boat Tour companies left, they built kennels up on top of the rock up there. And we have the jumping canines of Juneau County. Today we have Bennett jumping for us, a namesake of H.H., a rescue out of Texas. He is a blue heeler and one of our finest jumpers. He is very fast. So if you want to get a picture of Bennett, I suggest video, because he's very quick and he's only jumping over and back once, not 20 times. And then you can pull that one frame out of your video that he is midair. So if you want to get your cameras out, get your video rolling, I'll let Bennett know it's time to jump. You ready?
No.
No. Who's that?
Okay.
Are we good now?
Yeah.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay, Bennett. There he is. And he'll come back. There you go. All right, everybody give Bennett a big hand. Give Mary, our trainer, a big hand. She does a great job. She takes care of these dogs year round. In the winter, they actually live with her. Now, if you got time, in the Dells, about 2.5 blocks to the east, on the same side of the street that you got on the boat, is the H.H. Bennett Museum. In there, you will find the original of that pilot throwing the rope, the other 17 to 20 jumps that Ashley made that day. What you will not see in there, the original of that photograph and the snapper camera, because they are in the Smithsonian. But you can find pictures of other rock formations you can no longer see because they're underneath that extra 17 to 20 feet of water. In there, there are also 2 rocks painted on the floor, the exact distance of that gap, so you can give it a shot without being 47 feet in the air. It looks exactly the same way as it did back in the 1800s, The Bennett family ran that museum, or that tintype photo shop, up until 1999, where they turned it over to the state of Wisconsin to become a museum. And I was been there, and it looks exactly as it did in the 1800s. Now, we're going to continue the walk up the right sidewalk up to a brown building at the top of the hill. You must go around the left side of the building, continue the walk. If you need the restrooms, they are around to the right side, but you must come back around to the left side. Now, something for you guys to look for. When you go around that brown building, you're going to see a rock art. That's luncheon hall. You're going to see the bay. You're going to walk through that one. You're going to take a right, go down the hill to the second rock arch. If you stop in the middle of that arch, off to the right side, look up to the left, you can see a very large stone elephant. So if you guys are ready, we'll continue the walk up the right side.